Hi, Jaguars and parents and guardians. Welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about division. Please remember that in fifth grade, there are no remainders anymore. That means we must divide a problem out until we have an answer. So let's start with that. For example, now in fifth grade, we're going to start seeing problems like 6 divided by 4. Of course, 4 will go outside the house into the standard algorithm, and we'll put 6 on the inside. 4 goes into 6 one time, and when you subtract, you get 2. Now, here is at the point that most of the time, we stop and say 1 remainder 2. But in fifth grade, however, we are not going to stop. So we're going to activate the ghost decimal. Behind every whole number is a decimal. So we activate the ghost decimal, we float the ghost decimal to the top, and we add a 0. And we can add as many zeros as we like until we come to a solution of the problem. We'll just continue to build on and add to our roof and keep going until we have a solution. So 4 goes into 20. What times 4 is 20? That would be 5. So 6 divided by 4 is going to equal 1 and 5 tenths. The next type of problem that we're going to see is we're going to see problems that have decimals already in them. I'm going to go ahead and change the orientation of my paper here so we can get a clean piece of paper while we're talking. So I get 121 decimal 5 divided by 5. And then the 5 goes to the outside of the house, of course, and 121 decimal 5 goes on to the inside of the house. The only difference between dividing with a decimal and without a decimal is the first step is going to be putting the decimal on the roof. And then we'll continue to divide and we'll go place value to place value as we have done in the past. 5 goes into 1 0 times. Every time I subtract, I have to bring a number down. 5 goes into 12 2 times. Every time I subtract, bringing a number down. 5 goes into 21 4 times. Five goes into 15 3 times. And that gives us 121 and 5 tenths divided by 5 is 24 and 3 tenths. Please notice that while I was doing the division, I have a number on top of every place value, and every number has its own box. That's why we provide graph paper for the students to do their work so that we keep everything organized and lined up, and it enables them to maintain a proper place value. Now we're going to take a look at how to do the division problems with the 521 model and decimals. As you've probably already seen, nothing really changes on the procedure on how to divide. So I have 15, and I'm going to divide it into 1 0 decimal 9 5. So just like the original doghouse, I put every number in its own house, and every number has 2 boxes to go with it. And over here on the side, I will do my 15 times 5, which is 75. 15 times 2, which is 30. And of course, 15 times 1 is 15. And those are the 3 numbers I'm going to use to solve this problem. I'm going to go ahead and move this decimal up right there. $15 goes into 1 0 times. 1 minus 0 is 1. I move the 1 over here to the next house, and I close down that house. 15 into 10, once again, is 0. So I've got the 10 now, and the 10 is going to go in front of the 9. And 15 can go into 109. I see that 75. So I'll put a small 5 here, and I would subtract 109 and 75. 9 minus 5 is 4. I got to borrow from the 1. 10 minus 7 is 34. I see that 34 is still bigger than 15, so I have to stay in this house. And I can use a 2. So then I'll have a plus 2 up here. And then I get 4. And 15 is bigger than 4, so the 4 will travel to in front of the 5. This house will close down. 5 plus 2 is 7. Once I've added that, the first digit in my answer after the decimal is a 7. 75 is too big to fit into 45, but 30 will fit in snugly, so I'll put a plus 2 up on my house. And then I get 45 minus 30 is 15, and that's a 1. And that gives me zeros. 2 plus 1 is 3. And now I have used Doghouse to get my answer, which is decimal 73. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time and your patience. This has been Dividing Decimal.